Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget you could Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy at iTunes. You can visit our website, golftalkradio.com, see all of our partners there, see what kind of things they have to offer you. We ask that you do support our partners. They make the show possible. And you can find our podcast page there as well. Download the Golf Talk Radio app and take us anywhere you want on your tablet, smartphone, or Android. So we were just moving on here from talking about the Pure Insurance Championship that Owen Averett played at from the first tee Central Coast.
Can I give one final footnote?
Yeah.
Footnote, I don't want to say the event was poor in any way at all.
Yeah.
What happened with Owen was just, it is what it is, and he persevered great. What it did for a lot of the kids and the experience and for the first tee is nothing but positive. The tour, the tour players, not to mention names, VJ comes to mind, should have relaxed a little bit and chilled out. This is an event that impacts the lives of young kids. It's the name of it, right? The Pure Insurance Championship impacting the first tee. So, but besides that one thing, it's a great event. It's wonderful for the 81 juniors that get to experience. It's lifetime changing. And the way they take care of them during the week, unbelievable. The train was at a train concert with dinner, and they're going to all these events, and they're hobnobbing with the legends, and they're, it's just, hitting range balls next to Tom Watson. How cool does that get? By the way, Tom was on that bubble that Owen could have almost been in that group. Tom just made the cut. And we're thinking, oh, please be Tom. But so did Tom's junior. So that took that out. So because Lauren's junior, I guess Doug Garwood's junior, they didn't make it. So that's the spot that Owen kind of took. But anyways, it's awesome. So if I went on a rant, I apologize. That's not what I meant. Super event. Can't wait for next year. And Owen, love you, buddy. Couldn't be more proud of anybody. So there you go. Period.
I think it's all good. I mean, it's like I said before, and you think about it, it's how many times in life in general, not just in golf tournaments, but other things, you have things like that happen where you think it's going to be something just absolutely phenomenal. And like I said earlier, how nobody could have seen that coming. I mean, I don't know how anybody would have seen that Mark hurts his back and that all this, this leads to all this turmoil, I guess, but it's all about how you deal with it.
Yeah.
And even Owen, I think I read an article where they quoted Owen as saying, I just have to move forward. He's like, it's just one of those things. I can't control the outcome. He goes, I move forward. It was a very mature thing to say.
The life skills we teach in first tee is you can't control things that aren't under your control.
Right.
You can only control things in your control. Things out of your control, you really can't do anything about that.
Right.
And Mark dropping out, as sad as it was, he can't. He's hurt. People get hurt.
You can't help it.
And give him credit for the effort that he did, and he let his caddy. This caddy stay the entire day, and that's huge.
That's really cool.
So even though the kids can't have caddies, the pros caddy can give them distances and all that.
They can, but most don't. That's because they're busy with their pro.
So the kids don't have. They can't use rangefinders or anything.
Practice rounds.
But then they're on their own.
And they have books. They could get the books. But yeah, they're on their own. So a lot of the pros, and we watched, the caddies didn't even engage with the kids. Some did. It just depends on the human being. Now, Mark's caddy with Jack was all helping him the entire day when Jack and Mark.
With Owen?
No, the first time when Jack and Mark. Oh. Different caddy with Mark this time, but yes, his caddy did help. And Mark makes it feel like a real team, and he's standing by Owen on every hole reading putts. Mark's won the AT&T there, the Pro-Am thing 5 times.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody knows Pebble, he does.
He's your partner. He's the partner you want.
No one's been more successful at Pebble Beach than Mark O'Mara as far as amount. So it was nice to have him help read putts. And Owen lipped out literally 7 times the first round. Hit the hole. Lipped. You saw him. 7 times. And it could have been a great round. And a few times over Poppy, too. So that's great putting. It just didn't go in. I mean, if you lip out every hole, you're a great putter. If you're missing a hole by 5-6 inches, like I always do, that's not a great putter. So anyways, it was neat. There was really a positive thing. We turned in it's heartbreaking and it's exciting at the same time. I mean, it's that kind of up and down. I think we the people, what feel like family and coaches probably, was a little more emotional for us than it was for Owen, at least on the outside. On the inside, so it might be something different. But Owen was a superstar, and the kids loved watching him. Big roars going off. I mean, that's an Owen roar. It was pretty neat Because Josie and I broke, my leg's broken, but we walked so much. I had 22,000 steps on Friday, so I'm limping around on Saturday. So we went across and up, some places at Poppy you can kind of go and wait. They go down and come back up. And so that, I saw him hit the green on 17. And I think 18 is a par 5, right?
Right.
So we're down, and I knew where he hit it. So we didn't go down and come back up. We walked over, and you hear the roar go off. I said, yes, nice putt, Owen. You could tell. So anyway, it's very cool. I know we're going to jump into Ryder Cup, and Dave Shabando is going to be calling us at the top of the hour, and I know that, and I'm going to be a gentleman because I'm only going to discuss what others have. And I'll share my own opinions, but we got thumped. You guys watch it? You got to get up middle of the night to see it, right?
I watched yesterday's, and it's just one of those things like home field advantage, knowing how to set up the golf course, and just knowing how to play that kind of golf.
Spirit has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, and the weight that's the weight that the Europeans put on the Ryder Cup. When you listen to their interviews, all them said the same thing, the pride. And I don't think it's not that the USA doesn't have pride, but you could tell yesterday and during the weekend that the Europeans there's just more weight on the whole thing. There's more importance on the whole thing. And never in the world did I ever think I would see 3 consecutive players hit the ball in the water on 17. Almost the exact same 3 shots.
Mm-hmm.
One of the holes the first day was halved with triple bogeys.
Yes. I heard that. I didn't see it, but I heard it.
Halved.
Yeah.
They had to make a 6-footer to tie for the triple bogey. We've lost 6 straight times in Europe.
Yeah.
25, 27 years, or whatever that is. 12.
How much do you think that is?
6 straight times.
A lot.
That's 20 every 25 years.
There's a lot of Americans that don't play so much in Europe. I mean, that's one thing they said is those Europeans know that golf course. They play it all the time.
Well, they have the French Open there, and it's been going there forever.
Yeah.
Right? Forever. So we had opportunities to go over there. I mean, the players did. And matter of fact, that was one of the big reasons that the committees all think is that they knew the course so much better. But they all have net jets and can get there and play. So the criticism is, why didn't they go there and play? Half the team did. He said he didn't mention names, but half the team went over and played a practice round or 2 before the practice rounds, before the event, and others did not. And it was definitely, and Mike's just mentioned, it's definitely a course you need to know. Wow, I mean that course is, but it's not the players' fault. They could have gone and known it, if that's right, or could have got to know it if they wanted to.
Yeah,
that rough looked insane.
You're not kidding.
It looked absolutely insane. And I just, the demeanor, and again, by this time it's, this is Sunday afternoon, and the Americans are hanging on by a thread. But I see Mickelson or Fowler hits it in the water on 17. And you could tell just the body language. Mickelson hits it in the water and actually concedes the match, and then DeChambeau hits it in the water, and then DeChambeau hitting the approach shot into 18, which was absolutely amazing, and Noren sinking a 60-foot putt or whatever it was to win the hole. I thought, it was going to be theirs the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if you could have ever, if any American team could have gone in there and really
done any better. Yeah.
I know a lot of it comes to chemistry too. When you talk about again, I keep in my head because it's fresh from yesterday in between my naps, but the interviews with Garcia and Fleetwood and
the energy of the two teams were totally different.
And Poulter, they're all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And they're all saying this is the best team as far as the camaraderie aspect and what it feels like in a room together than they've ever felt. And a lot of those guys have played in Ryder Cups forever.
On the individual rankings, the USA had the strongest team in history as far as rankings of how many out of the 12 or a number of world rankings. It is the strongest team on paper. It is, hands out. It's
which really doesn't mean anything.
Nothing.
It doesn't mean anything.
And the captain's picks were 0-6 points wise. Yeah. The captain's picks were 0-6. So if you don't know if any other team can do it, what if you picked the players who were the best putters and the most accurate off tees? That would have helped because you needed to be. So you don't need the bombers. It was accuracy versus power. He picked what he thought was going to be. I thought Mickelson might have a good pick for team spirit, but Mickelson and Woods is oil and vinegar. Those two do not get along.
Right.
So that's just throwing in a wrench into So this was and then Tigers. So the fatigue thing is we played all the our cup. There was so many tournaments that almost all of those U.S. players played those finals.
Right.
For the FedEx Cup.
Right.
They're beat up. They truly are. That's a lot of rounds of golf, especially somebody just had his back fused.
Well, and then they got to fly. Then they got to fly across the pond.
And then there's immediately fly, and then there's the jet lag. So the fatigue thing took a huge effect, and there's no spirit. There's zero spirit. And everybody, and we mentioned Tiger will come back, he's got a target on his back because they said a Tiger scalp is worth a lot. So when Rahm beat Tiger, the first one as a rookie, it was huge because everybody wants to. Of course, you want to beat the best.
Right.
They all know that.
Right.
And they all did. Everyone who ever played Tiger.
So we're going to come back on the other side with Dave Schmanel, Clubbing with Dave, and continue the Ryder Cup talk. It's Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy, brought to you by Pass Robles Golf Club, PassRoblesGolfClub.com, 805-238-4722. Stay with us. We'll be right back.